I am one of the leading YouTubers on mobile games, and ChatGPT is the most advanced AI system available to the public. Even though ChatGPT says it doesn't have information past 2021, in this video we were able to trick ChatGPT into giving us its list of the top 10 mobile games coming in 2023. Okay, so if you just type what are the top 10 mobile games coming in 2023 into ChatGPT, it will give you a horrible list of games, most of which have already been out for a while because ChatGPT's knowledge base is cut off at 2021. And people say that ChatGPT doesn't learn from users, but it does update its information when it is corrected. So because all of the major games coming out this year have been being worked on since before 2021, and so many people use ChatGPT correcting its misinformation, it is smarter than even it thinks it is. Because of this, my team and I found a way to trick it into giving us a good answer, and we are very impressed. I was even able to get ChatGPT to mimic my format to make it easier for me to turn it into this video. That being said, I think it still made some mistakes, so at the end of each section, I will give my thoughts on how ChatGPT did on that prediction. So without further ado, here is ChatGPT's list of the top 10 mobile games of 2023. The first game on the list is Honor of Kings World, an upcoming open world action RPG being developed by Timmy Studio Group, a subsidiary of Tencent Games. Set in the Arena of Valor universe, the game promises to offer an immersive experience full of magic and adventure. What sets Honor of Kings World apart is its emphasis on storyline, allowing players to uncover ancient secrets and creating their own stories alongside legendary characters in the Jinja Academy. With a vast world to explore, including the magical city of Chang'an, where technology and magic converge, players will have plenty to keep them engaged. While pricing details have not yet been announced, it's likely that Honor of Kings World will follow the free-to-play model, similar to other popular titles like Genshin Impact. With the backing of Timmy Studio Group and Tencent Games, Honor of Kings World is poised to be a game worth keeping an eye on. So obviously, as you hear ChatGPT's script, you see that it is pulling from a lot of typical dev write-ups, but it is also doing a decent job of pitching it in the format that I asked it to. And while I don't necessarily agree with it, this is an incredible prediction. For those of you who don't know, the mobile MOBA Honor of Kings is the most popular mobile game in the world. So it's very reasonable that ChatGPT would think it would hit the top spot in 2023. Now this kind of thinking does get it in trouble later on, but let's keep going. The second game on the list is Zenless Zone Zero, an urban fantasy action RPG with roguelike mechanics. Developed by HoYoverse, the game takes place in a post-apocalyptic futuristic metropolis known as New Eridu, where players assume the role of a proxy who helps others explore the hostile alternate dimensions called Hollows. Players will recruit new members to their party, combining their abilities to deploy greater damage and combos on enemy. While we don't know if there will be an elemental system or how large the parties will be, we do know that the game will feature a character rotation system and a roguelike element to the gameplay, possibly paired with entering the Hollow. With its unique gameplay mechanics and exciting storyline, Zenless Zone Zero is definitely going to be a top game. So I have mixed feelings about this one. On one hand, with just a little bit of help from my team, ChatGPT knows more about this game than I do, and this is a game that I have already researched and covered in my videos. So this is crazy impressive, but on the other hand, I think ChatGPT is overinflating its rank because it is made by the developers of Genshin Impact, which I will admit is a good reason to rank a game high, but I don't think it should take the number 2 spot. Okay, so let's keep going. The third game on the list is Odin Valhalla Rising, an upcoming open world MMORPG developed by Lionheart Studios. Set in a fantasy world inspired by Norse mythology, players will take on the role of a hero fighting to protect the realm from dark forces. With stunning graphics and immersive storyline, Odin Valhalla Rising promises to offer a unique MMORPG experience. The game features a vast open world to explore, complete with dynamic weather and day-night cycles. Players can also engage in a range of activities, including crafting, fishing, and trading. Combat in Odin Valhalla Rising will be action-based, with players able to switch between different weapon types to adapt to different situations. The game also features a skill system that allows players to customize their characters with with unique abilities and talents. Overall, Odin Valhalla Rising looks to be an exciting addition to the MMORPG genre with its immersive world and action-packed combat. The game is set to release in 2021 and fans are eagerly anticipating its arrival. So this is hilarious because ChatGPT is ranking the game as the third game of 2023, but then it is obviously pulling from its initial information that the game was supposed to be released in 2021, which is true. I put this on my top 10 list of 2021, only to be made the fool by its continuous postponement. So there's obviously some hiccups with this workaround, but all things considered, this is a solid choice. I think it might have even undersold the game. I would have mentioned that the game has already made hundreds of millions of dollars in Southeastern Asia. But the main problem with this prediction, in my opinion, is that this game isn't going to be released globally until the fourth quarter of this year, which I think will make it feel more like a 2024 game. But we'll see. ChatGPT could beat me on this one. The fourth game on our list is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, a battle royale mobile game experience that brings authentic Call of Duty gameplay to your phone with first-class graphics and intuitive controls. With up to 120 live players in a match, players can drop back into the fan-favorite map Verdansk and put their skills to the test. Featuring countless contracts, kill streaks, and ever-evolving strategies, Call of Duty Warzone Mobile offers endless replayability and puts your combat skills to the ultimate test. Get ready to squad up and be the last one standing in the thrilling survival game of the next era. I don't know what kind of crap this is. It's like it's pulled from the Google Play description or something. And I think it completely undersells the game. If you guys have watched my video on the top 10 mobile games of 2023, I say this is a no-brainer that this will be at the top and break all previous records. So I'm glad it's on this list, but somehow it doesn't seem to be pulling together the right information. Or maybe I'm wrong. If Warzone doesn't break records, then I guess we'll all know that ChatGPT is just smarter than me. The fifth game on our list is Age of Empires Mobile, the mobile version of the classic real-time strategy game franchise. In this game, players take control of their own civilization and lead it to victory through various historical periods. Build structures, train troops, gather resources, and engage in epic battles against other players from around the world. Age of Empires Mobile offers a unique mobile experience with optimized touch controls and a simplified user interface. Players can choose from several civilizations, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, and unlock new technologies and upgrades to gain an edge on the battlefield. The game also features a single-player campaign mode where players can immerse themselves in historical battles and events. With regular updates and events, Age of Empires Mobile offers endless hours of strategic gameplay for fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. Join the ranks of history's greatest empires and conquer the world on your mobile device. So at first, I did not like this prediction because real-time strategy games haven't done well on the phone. But then I remembered Northgard did okay because the technology is getting better. And cash grab mobile games are already using Age of Empires in their ads to clickbait people into playing their games, meaning there is a strong interest in it. So honestly, I think ChatGPT might be onto something brilliant here, and this might be a better prediction than some of my own. The sixth game on our list is Pokemon TCG Live, a mobile game that promises to be the ultimate evolution of the Pokemon trading card game. With a massive library of cards and a brand new matchmaking system, this digital CCG will provide a fully functioning portal for on-the-go trainers. Pokemon is one of the most popular franchises in the world, and the new mobile game will undoubtedly be a hit among both longtime fans and new players alike. Short and sweet. I personally have a bias against card games, so they rarely show up on my list, but for the last 2 years, the number one thing on the Christmas list of my 10-year-old son and all of his cousins are more Pokemon cards. This game has been popular for 27 years, and it just seems to keep growing. The seventh game on our list is Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, a highly anticipated free-to-play single-player RPG set to release in 2023 for mobile phones. Developed by Applebot Inc. and published by Square Enix, the game adapts events from the entire Final Fantasy franchise, having a special emphasis on Final Fantasy VII. The game uses a command-style RPG system with an overhead view and chibi characters while in the field, and full-body characters in battle, which resembles the original Final Fantasy VII, featuring the active time battle system and using materia, weapons, summons, and limit breaks based on the original game. With the success of the Final Fantasy Fantasy franchise and the particular popularity of Final Fantasy VII, fans are eagerly anticipating the mobile adaptation of this beloved title. So this one was, in my opinion, a little too much on the information side and not enough on the hype. Like, I even cut out a portion where it listed every Final Fantasy game Ever Crisis pulls from because it was so repetitive. But other than being too information dense, this is a great prediction, and I'm curious to see how it turns out. The 8th game on our list is Honkai Star Rail, a free-to-play mobile action RPG set in the popular Honkai Impact universe. Developed by MiHoYo, the same studio behind the wildly successful Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail puts players in the role of Valkyries, powerful warriors tasked with defending humanity from the Honkai, a destructive force threatening to destroy the world. With fast-paced hack-and-slash gameplay and stunning visuals, Honkai Star Rail offers a deep and engaging combat system that allows players to customize their Valkyries with a variety of weapons, skills, and upgrades. The game also features a captivating storyline and a cast of memorable characters, all set within the rich and expansive world of Honkai Impact. As a part of the Honkai Impact franchise, Honkai Star Rail has a built-in fan base eager for the next installment in the series. With its impressive graphics, intense action, and compelling narrative, Honkai Star Rail is sure to be a hit among the fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. I love how many of these end with "for fans" and newcomers alike. I mean, it's a good point. Franchises draw a lot of attention, and Genshin Impact is one heck of a franchise, so I can't really argue with it. I want to because I feel like this game is going to be a big waifu game, and I don't like that. But I don't think ChatGPT needs to be loyal to his wife, so it probably doesn't bother him as much as it bothers me. The 9th game on the list is Valorant Mobile. This highly anticipated mobile version of the popular PC first-person shooter game is set to bring the same fast-paced gameplay, tactical gunplay, and strategic team dynamics to your phone. With a variety of unique agents to choose from, each with their own special abilities and skills, Valorant Mobile offers a fresh and exciting take on the competitive shooter genre. So get ready to jump into intense 5v5 battles on the go and prove your skills to the world. This one seems a little cheesy to me. I don't know why they're so different from each other. Like, maybe they're choosing to pull from different articles. Anyways, other than it seeming a little kitschy, I think it is a great prediction. In fact, I put this one as number 9 in my list too. So ChatGPT and I agree perfectly on this one game. The 10th game on our list is Monster Hunter Mobile, the highly anticipated mobile adaptation of Capcom's popular Monster Hunter franchise. The game brings the same thrilling monster hunting gameplay that fans of the series have come to love, but with new features and controls designed specifically for mobile devices. As a hunter, you'll embark on quests to hunt down and capture a wide variety of fierce monsters across a variety of environments. You can choose from a range of weapon types, each with its own unique playstyle, and customize your character with various armor sets and abilities to suit your hunting style. What sets Monster Hunter Mobile apart from the other mobile action games is its emphasis on strategy and preparation. You'll need to carefully plan your hunts, study your target's behaviors and weaknesses, and come prepared with the right weapons and gear if you hope to succeed. And with multiplayer support, you can team up with other players to take on the game's most challenging hunts. Overall, Monster Hunter Mobile promises to be a must-play for fans of the series and newcomers alike, offering hours of addictive monster hunting gameplay on the go. I really like this one. It was a little longer, but I thought it did a good job of blending information and hype. It legitimately got me excited about the game, and almost sad I didn't put it on my list. Okay, so that is ChatGPT's list of the top 10 mobile games coming in 2023. As I mentioned several times in this video, I think it made some big mistakes, but overall, this is an incredible list. If you want to see how it compares with my list of top 10 mobile games of 2023, which has been ranked number 1 on YouTube, you will see that I'm still a little better than ChatGPT, but they are comparable. So if ChatGPT can do this well with most of its information coming from before 2021, imagine what an updated version could do. Honestly, I'm a little scared for my job, but I also plan to use it to make me better. So hopefully I will keep that fighting edge before the robots completely take over. If you guys like this video and want us to use our technique on PC games or Xbox games, let us know in the comments and we'll try to make that happen. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.